Well, welcome back, my friends, all to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Outdoors. We're going to do two today, and I'm going to tell you why. We're going to do the Bravo 1.25 from Bark River in crew wear with Sure Touch handle scales. And then we're going to do the pig sticker in CPM 154. Both took damage. So we need to talk about it. Let me say up front that my man Emmanuel, who watches the channel, subscribed to the channel, I believe, but he always comments, good dude, always has good viewpoints, commented on the squad leader video, and he just said, man, I have had nothing but bad luck with Bark River, from chipping to fit and finish, etc. And I even commented back, I said, man, that's just not been my experience. Now, JR sent me these two knives. From that standpoint, it bothers the hell out of me. But let me say this. I am not here to bash Bark River. I'm not here to run them down. I have reviewed tons of Bark River. These are the only two that have ever, quote unquote, failed. Okay? Let's delve into it. I put pictures of each. I did a little video of each. But let's jump into the Bravo 1.25. And let me say this. I thought the crew wear was going to be a lot tougher. I'll show you where the damage occurred. But for now, the Bravo weighs 8.1 ounces. It's crew wear, full tang. The blade length is right at 5 inches. It's almost 10 inches overall. Let's pull a few while we talk about it. Now here you see the sharp, this is probably one of the sharpest knives I've ever reviewed. And that's the truth. So overall length's 9 3/4, like I said, right at 5 inches on the blade length. Probably a 4 3/4 inch cutting edge. Blade width is about 1 1/8. Handle thickness, the handle thickness is right at 13/16. We have an inner grip of about 4, looks like 4 3/8. So any hand in the world can hold the Bravo. The Bravo I love. It made me sick to my stomach. And what happened with the Bravo is just a little waffling of the edge. Is it catastrophic? No, but it may be hard to repair without removing some steel. And when we get to that point, I'll let you know. Overall, and I'm saying this honestly, this knife performed amazingly. The Sure Touch handle scales are awesome. The knife came sharp. So I don't know if this is maybe a one-off. I don't know. I'll say this too. I have said a million times, if a knife fails on my channel, it's a problem because we're not trying to make the knife fail. That's not what I'm here for. I'm not here to rip companies. I'm not here for negativity. That kind of stuff gets views, but it accomplishes little. Overall, I am still a huge Bark. It would take a lot more than the damage that, and listen, I don't think either is catastrophic. Let me say that up front. We're stabbing the tire, but in a way too, it validates the way we do things. Let me explain. Every video of mine, I run the same sequence. It's on purpose. Where I've wanted to make some changes is in the narration and in the speaking parts of the video, because I felt like that has gotten redundant. I really do. But when we have not one but two of the same brand take damage back to back, whether it's catastrophic, fixable or not, I need to speak on it. Now, the overall sharpness of the Bravo cannot be debated. Not just from cutting paper. It sailed through everything. I mean, like it wasn't there. And for those of you who say, oh, it's just a stud, well, that don't do anything. Well, it chipped the shit out of the pig sticker. We'll get to that in a minute. But you can see here the Bravo just right through it. And a good handling knife. What did we say? It was like 8.1 ounces. I think on my scale, I got like 8.2 maybe. So I'd go with 8.1 there. Crew wear, now y'all tell me if I'm wrong. I won't call it, I guess my rhythm, my swing is actually using the knife. It's not different steels. Look how gorgeous that is, man. I love the look of this knife. But my thing is in using this channel is a learning experience, me not only improving my cutting skills, but building a skill set across the board with different styles, different steels, different things. But both Kirk and I were under the assumption that crew wear was supposed to be a tougher steel. Tell me if I'm wrong. Again, everything kind of was sailing along good here. And you can just see how sharp the knife is. The key here for me, like with the Bravo, and here's the thing, I've done other Bravos that held up fine. That's why I'm not just, oh my God, slinging my hat. And I'm not going to do that. I'm also not going to sit here and go, oh my God, I wonder what happened. One of them's a heat treat, or both of them's a heat treat, I believe. I really do. Last time that I had a failure was on a buck, and the buckaroos just lost their shit. I'm not listening to that dumb shit. Here's what happened on that knife. It was a shitty heat treat that fell apart. I've had plenty of knives in the steel. I believe it was theirs, an S35VN. It was hologram. I've beat the hell out of knives in and out. That knife just sucked. And again, that was JR's. I'm sure he gets super excited when I get these reports. Let me say this too. I did send pictures to JR before I ever put this video together. From that standpoint, and JR and I have established a level of trust. He knows I'm not out to destroy his stuff, but he also knows he wants me to do the right thing. If we put good stuff out, we need to put the bad stuff out. And I am forever appreciative to JR. He also knows that we're going to have days like this. You don't review the amount of knives that I reviewed, especially of his. If we're not over 100 knives, there's no way I've reviewed less than 100 of his knives. No way. And let's just say it was 100. 3 out of 100 isn't bad. And I believe we can fix the 2 Bark Rivers. I think that's the case. But everything to this point in the review, man, I was smiling. Because I love a sharp knife. Y'all know that. I love a comfortable knife in hand. Y'all know that. Fit and finish for me, while it's not, top of the mountain, it's not even halfway. When you get a good looking knife like this knife with the Sure Touch handle scales, the mosaic pins, to me, it's got like black G10 liners. To me, it's a good looking knife, good looking overall package, dark leather sheath with several different carry options there. You can go Scout, you can go Berry, belt, you can go Molly, you can do all of that. And for me, it's just a good looking package. So to this point in the thing, and right here we're just doing some simple push cuts, some rubber tubing. The knife had no problem. It's got a great 90-degree spine. Again, a belt knife that I would carry over and over. And the reason I'm saying that, guys, is this. Out of the thousands of knife reviews that I've done, out of the thousands, when you do thousands like I've done, I should say, there's going to be some mess ups. There's going to be some failures. There's going to be some times where they warp. That's what the Bravo did. It just warped. Now, it warped batoning. And I've said this before. I do not baton in real life. I do it on the channel, and we baton pine. We baton pine. Why? Because if a heat treat's bad, or if it's poor, or if something's going to happen, it's going to do it on pine. You don't have to go through and black oak or black locust or anything like that, walnut. If it's going to warp, it's going to warp. And we're coming up on that. Now, I want y'all to watch. I don't think it's here. I'll show you right when it's going to be. I want you to watch how I'm batoning. You see how we're tapping there. Now that is a probably 2 or 3 inch diameter limb and hand, but you notice we're not going crazy. We're not coming out of our skin like we have done on several other knives. And basically I batoned it. It did go through a knot. I'll show you the knot, but I didn't have to hit it any harder. I was shocked. Kirk was stunned. I mean, we were both like, holy shit, I believe this is it here. I believe, and you can see the knot about halfway down. Nope. I believe that's the piece, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't believe I am. Yeah, it's here. So let's watch the tapping. Right through. You see that little bit of warping right there? The only thing that concerns me there, because we did build a fire, I didn't want to do any chopping. I didn't want to do anything beyond that. I wanted to make sure that I sent the pictures to JR, and I wanted to go ahead and address it. Had Bark River sent me the knives, they did not, JR did. Bark River's never sent me a thing. I've never communicated with them. Had the company sent me the knife, I would have continued with both. Being a privately owned knife, two things happen. Everything I do is on camera. Now, JR would be fine if I said, hey man, I'm going camping, can I use one? Sure, Scab, go ahead, I don't care. He would be fine with that. But everything I do is on camera. The second thing is, if somebody sends me a knife to check out, the first sign of damage or warpage or chipping, I'm out. Now, the pig sticker, you see that there. There's no other damage on the pig sticker. The little bit of warping on the Bravo. And again, guys, I'm not trying to be dramatic with this. If you've stayed this long in the video, this isn't for clicks and views. As much as I praise knives, I've got to point out, and you see there, you see that warping. The thing that concerns me about the warping is I don't know that we can get that out without steel removal, right? Could be wrong, but I'm a little concerned there. This is the pig sticker. The pig sticker, this segment's only 5 minutes. This knife concerns me more than the Bravo did, because this knife gave out, and I can't tell you where it gave out. Hopefully you guys can help me with that. Great looking knife, CPM 154. We've got an overall weight. It's almost 18 ounces. The paper said like 17.8. My scale touched 18 and then come down. It is a full tang. Beautiful leather sheath. It's a gorgeous knife. God, it's a gorgeous knife. This one made me sick, man, because this one I had put off doing till almost last. Just really looking forward to it. And I stopped immediately on this one now. Overall length from tip to pommel is 14 1/4. We've got a 9-inch blade with an 8 5/8 cutting edge. The blade width is right at 1.5 inches. The blade stock is 1/4 inch. Okay, the inner grip's 4 1/4. Any hand in the world can hold it. It's got a nice ramp on the back. Now let's just kind of focus here, okay? From here in, somewhere in here, the knife chipped, and it chipped out pretty damn good. When we get towards the end of the video ends in about 3 minutes, okay? The last, 40 seconds, I'll do my causes, but pay attention all the way to the end, all the way, and see if you think you can pick out where that tip section chipped out. I stopped immediately. Kurt got mad at me here, and I should have put it on the stump, but I felt like the piece of sandblast hose was long enough, but he was right. So I wound up, I hate when he is, but I wound up putting it on the stump. That's 4-ply, 1-inch inner diameter sandblast hose. Guys, a 1/4 inch thick knife, I don't give a shit how sharp it is going to kind of struggle with the sandblast hose, because it's not the inner diameter of 1 inch. It's not the thickness. It's that 4-ply outer hide, and it's just tough. Everything that I did with this knife you're seeing, the reason that I stopped immediately, and you've seen that little piece out of the tip, was this. If the tip gave out with that little bit, with whatever happened here, it was either like stabbing the tire tread or stabbing the tire. I did not want to take any chance in batoning at all. I didn't want to do any batoning, didn't want to do any chopping, didn't want to do anything else, and I called it. Overall, let me say this. Let me give you a couple quick thoughts and we'll do our causes. Does this kill my love for Bark River? No. If anything, I am more intrigued now. I have one more Bark River to do that JR sent. I may try to do some more. 2, in the amount that I've done, does not shake my confidence. It makes me curious, although I know batoning through a knot isn't super smart. I also know it wasn't much of a knot through pine, but it happened. So I'm more curious now. Am I scared? No. Am I aggravated? Incredibly aggravated, because it wasn't my knife, and it wasn't a knife sent to me by a company. Overall, while my faith isn't overly shaken, I do want to understand why 2 went back to back. That being said, guys, let's jump into the causes. Guys, there was a time in this country where 22 veterans a day took their own lives. Now, stats are everywhere. That's why here on this channel, we focus on the number 0. Anything over 0 is simply unacceptable. Guys, I back the blue. It's not popular. Ain't meant to be. Finally, if you're an addict, never quit quitting. Well, guys, tell me what you think. I'm Scab. You're not. We gone, son.